saw a test a long time ago. So I think that I need to revisit it with my new knowledge that I got in the last 2 months. Since that video was really like, it wasn't so deep. It was surface level things, the things that you actually know, like working out, lifting weights obviously, and all of that. But today I'm going to go a little bit more deeper and actually give you something that you can truly use to increase your test. Back in the day, when I was 11, I'm 15 now, I started to develop dry no, and I had no idea why was it, and it was really confusing to me. But then eventually, as I actually started losing a little bit of weight at 13, when I looked like this, I actually heard of this thing called gynecomastia. This is like not a syndrome, it's a thing, you develop breasts. It's it looks super bad, and even in some of my pictures now you can see it, that it's really predominant. And I had no idea why was it actually getting created. And then I started researching hormones. Started researching testosterone and estrogen back like 3 or 4 months ago. And what I figured was that my test was super low. Like really low. I didn't have any tests, but I could see that I developed really like a lot of body fat. I didn't have much muscle, even though I have like really good genetics. My dad was a bodybuilder. I started to develop gyno. And then I kind of figured out what I needed to stop doing if I wanted to increase my test. Back in the day, I was eating a whole lot of junk food. I was eating a lot of like sugar, and I was sitting the whole day playing video games in front of my monitor. My sleep was fucked, and I didn't have much going for me in my life. So when I understood why did it actually get created, why was my test so low, I understood how to fix it. Okay, so let's start off the first thing that I actually have huge problems with right now. It's stress. Now back in the day, this stress was much different than it is now. Back in the day, I was stressing about video games. I was stressing about how many arena points I have in Fortnite. You know, I was really stressed about playing video games. The only thing that I would do was wake up, play video games, eat, maybe go to school. That was pretty much it. And even then, I had a lot of stress. And that stress wasn't really good for me. Now, you might ask me, how can stress be good for you? Let's split stresses into two things. Let's split it into physical and into the metaphysical. So, physical is literally stressing your muscles, stressing your body. It can be running, so cardiovascular. It can be muscular, so your muscles, like lifting weights and all of that. And it can be metaphysical. So, let's speak about metaphysical. So what is that? That's literally your brain, how your brain functions. Really high stress that's in the body, so physical stress, can be really good for you. I literally mean that. If you're lifting a lot of weights, that is going to increase your test. Going for running, so doing some cardio, will actually increase your test. But that mental side of pain, mental side of stress that you have, that is probably even made by yourself, you should get rid of most of it if you are actually prioritizing growing your test. So that's pretty much the first thing. Okay, so for the second thing, we need to go a little bit into chemistry. Now a lot of you might be saying, what is this kid saying, you know? Why do we need to go into chemistry? But chemistry actually plays a big role into this. Why? Because if you maybe heard it online or maybe even from school, hardly doubt it, but there is in water bottles, you know, normal water bottles that you buy, and also in tap water, there's this chemical that's called bisphenol A, and that chemical is literally supposed to raise your estrogen. You heard me right. There's a chemical in tap water and in bottled water that is meant to increase your estrogen, which is literally the direct opposite of testosterone. So we need to fix this somehow. Firstly, the first thing that I would highly recommend you is actually getting a water filter. You can get it on Amazon for like 10 bucks, 15 bucks, maybe even max. And then this reseating is really easy. Just throw it away immediately, or don't even pick it up. And now we're coming to the third thing that is my favorite to speak about. It's cold exposure. Now, why does cold exposure actually work? How does it do that? Well, when you actually get under a cold shower, especially when you haven't done it for a long time or you never done it, you activate the fight or flight mode in your body. You can search it up online if you don't know what it means. But when you do that, literally your body produces more test, since it is like the masculine hormone, meaning that it's going to defend you a little bit better, so it needs to make it more. It's kind of logically makes sense when you look at it. If you don't know how to do it, click and watch this video right here. I made a whole cold exposure for 1 year video. Go and check it out. Let's focus a little bit more on food, on your diet. Now, not you, a lot of you might actually click away from this video, but trust me, this is not as complex as you might think. What I want you to do, you want to increase your fat in your diet. Why do we want to do this? Look, all of the doctors, everybody is telling you the cholesterol is really bad for you. If you didn't already know, cholesterol is literally used to make hormones. It's literally used to make pest. So there's a lot of cholesterol in fat, meaning that if we increase our fat not by a tremendous amount, not by like 100 grams, maybe increase it by like 10, 20 grams, cholesterol is going to rise and your test is going to rise. If you're using olive oil, let's say, do a little bit more of it. Maybe add a teaspoon of peanut butter in your diet or something like that. It is going to help you. Okay, so we got two more. The first out of them is actually D3 and zinc. These are minerals, vitamins. Okay, so what is vitamin D3? You maybe have heard of it. It's what you get when you go into the sun, so outside. So what you want to do is to either go out and spend at least 2 or 3 hours in the sun daily, the best in the morning, or if you can't, if you have a job or something like that, you can take vitamin D3, you can buy it, and it is like scientifically proven to actually increase your test. Okay, so for this last thing, you probably already guessed it, it's sleep. Thank you guys for watching. That was it for this video. I hope you found some value in it. I hope it was actually helpful, and I hope you're going to take some of these tips into account and do at least one of them. Faith be the reason, and if you're new to this channel, click the subscribe button and drop me a notification bell. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button and also give me a comment. Thank you again for watching. I love every single one of you, and if you're interested in some of my other content, I would recommend this video. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.